My husband's family tried to humiliate me at an expensive dinner for losing my job. The control they thought they had disappeared seconds later. Part 3, Finale. We walked out without paying. Cole yelled something about lawyers. Eleanor sobbed. Vanessa called me a leech before the door shut. Marcus didn't look back. In the parking garage, the air smelled like rain and exhaust. Marcus stopped by the dented Civic like he didn't know what to do with his hands. "I'm sorry," he said. Confused, I asked for what. He looked up at me, for not doing that sooner. That broke me. I hugged him between the luxury SUVs, valet stands, and people leaving with shopping bags. Marcus buried his face in my neck. "I'm not putting our home at risk," he whispered. "Not for Vanessa, not for Mom, not for anyone." "Even if I don't have a job?" I asked. He pulled back a little. "Especially then." I cried silently, again, but this time not from fear. I didn't tell him about the money that night, not yet. When we got to the condo, Marcus pulled out a notebook and started doing math. Mortgage, groceries, electric, water. Internet, my health insurance. His monthly $4,100 became a tiny wall against a massive world. "We can sell the car," he said. "No." "I can pick up extra shifts," he continued. "No." "Leah, I don't want you to feel alone." I sat across from him. "I don't feel alone." "Then tell me what we're going to do." He begged. I looked at him. Tired eyes, wrinkled polo, hands still smelling like the pasta sauce he made days ago. He wasn't rich. He wasn't powerful. He didn't know how to invest millions. But he had torn up the papers that would have destroyed our home. I took out my phone, the other one, the one with the new SIM. Marcus frowned. "What's that?" "The truth," I told him. I opened the banking app. My fingers shook before Face ID unlocked it. I set the phone in front of him. It took Marcus a few seconds to understand. Then he looked up. "Leah, this is wrong." "No." He kept looking from me to the phone. "This has to be a mistake." "No." He looked again. The screen lit his face. 65 million minus the initial transfers to trusts and protected accounts. It wasn't all there, but it was enough to make any lie stop breathing. Marcus stood so fast the chair squealed. "What did you do?" "I won Mega Millions." He didn't speak. "I bought a ticket at the gas station on 5th. I claimed it. I paid the taxes. A lawyer reviewed everything. The bank knows. The IRS will know exactly what they need to know. The State Lottery Commission withholds federal taxes as required by law, and prizes have specific claiming rules and deadlines. That's why I didn't move fast or alone, even though part of me wanted to scream and run." Marcus stayed completely still. "Since when?" "Since before I told you I got fired." His face changed. There it was, the wound. "You lied to me." My eyes dropped to my hands in my lap. "Yes." "To test me." I couldn't answer fast, because yes sounded cruel, but no would be another lie. "I was scared," I admitted. "Of your family, of Vanessa, of Cole, that they'd find out and devour us before we even got to breathe." Marcus ran his hands over his face. "And of me." That question hurt more than Vanessa's insults. "Yes." He sat slowly. "I hugged you when I thought we had nothing." My head hung at that. "I know." "And you already had everything." He accused. I looked him in the eye. "No, Marcus. I had money. I didn't know if I had a marriage." He closed his eyes. The kitchen filled with silence. Outside, a garbage truck rumbled past. Someone blasted music from a car. A neighbor dragged a chair. The city kept going with its ordinary noise, like 65 million couldn't possibly fit inside our beige walls. Marcus got up without a word and went to the balcony. I followed, but I didn't get too close. Below, the street glistened from rain. The taco trucks were still open. A man with an umbrella was buying a load. Everything was exactly the same, yet it was a different world. "I don't want your money," Marcus said. "It's ours," I corrected. "No, first, tell me if I'm still your husband or if I was just a test." "You are my husband," I said. "But I needed to know if you'd put me before them when there was nothing to gain." Marcus turned around. "So what now? We live hiding from your bank account and my family." "No," I responded. "Then what?" I took a breath. "Tomorrow we see a wealth attorney, then a CPA. We set up wills, a trust, liability protection, make everything legal. We pay off the mortgage. We fund a health reserve. We help who we want when we want without threats." Marcus looked at me with love and grief mixed together. You talk like you've planned a whole life without asking me. I planned a defense. I want to plan our life with you. For the first time, his face softened. He didn't smile, but he stopped looking like a man exiled from his own home. We're not telling Vanessa. No, I confirmed, or Mom. No, again confirming what he asked. A flash of worry crossed his face before it was quickly replaced with determination. Cole is going to have to find the money somewhere else. He can try. A small smile played at the edge of my mouth as I said that. Marcus let out a small, tired laugh. I swear I don't understand how 65 million fits inside that phone. Shaking my head, I responded, neither do I. We stayed on the balcony until the cold drove us in. That night, we slept holding hands. It wasn't a perfect ending. Perfect endings are a lie. The next morning, Vanessa showed up at the condo. She didn't knock like a guest. She pounded like she owned the place. Marcus opened the door before I could stop him. She walked in wearing dark sunglasses, even though the hallway had no windows. Eleanor was behind her, pale, carrying a box of donuts like sugar could cover the shame. We need to talk, Vanessa said. No, Marcus replied. She took off her sunglasses. Her eyes were swollen. Cole left. Eleanor started crying. He took the car, some jewelry, and he won't answer his phone. Vanessa looked at me, not with humility, with desperate rage. You knew. I nodded, yes. Her face went red, and you didn't say anything. I said it yesterday. I shrugged. She turned away, not loud enough. She pouted. Marcus closed the door behind them. What do you want, Vanessa? She swallowed hard, looking at him. Money. Eleanor clutched the donut box. Son, even if it's just for lawyers, your sister could lose her apartment. Marcus looked down for a second. I saw the fight on his face. Childhood, guilt, his mother, his sister. Then he looked at me, not asking permission, looking for solid ground. I gave a tiny nod. He understood. I can help you find legal aid, he said. I can go with you to review documents. I can watch your son if you need to run errands. Vanessa frowned. And money? No, he shook his head at her. Nothing, she asked like she couldn't believe what she just heard. Nothing to cover Cole's debts. He said coldly, you are a miserable piece of work. She ground out through clenched teeth. Marcus took a deep breath. Maybe, but I'm a miserable piece of work who gets to keep his home. Eleanor gasped, Marcus. No, Mom, it's over. You will never call Leah a freeloader again. You will never ask me to co-sign anything again. And if you want to keep coming into this house, you will respect it. Vanessa turned to me. I'm sure this was your idea. Before Marcus could speak, I stepped forward. Yes. She blinked. What? Yes, it was my idea not to let them take his home. Yes, it was my idea to check the paperwork. Yes, it was my idea to stop sitting at tables where I'm humiliated just to be polite. Eleanor looked at me like she didn't recognize me. Leah, honey. Don't call me honey if you're going to treat me like a nuisance. Silence. The donut box crinkled in Eleanor's hands. Vanessa let out a broken laugh. One day you're going to need family. I already have one, Marcus said. And just like that, they walked out and Marcus closed the door behind them. No final screaming match, no fake hugs, no soap opera forgiveness, just a new kind of silence. The kind that hurts but cleanses.
What a story, good for them. Don't let anyone take advantage of you, even if they're family. If you want to see more stories like that, then like this video, comment more, and follow the page. Hope to see you all on the next one.